Hello everyone, how are you all? Welcome back to the channel again. I hope all are you good and learn something new with day by day. Right now in this class we discuss about the dead section. Right now the dead section, also the network sections. I mean to say the long chapters. That's why the mostly technicians stuck on it. Right, while repairing these kind of the faults. I mean to say these kind of the fault related network and the dead phones. Right now in this video we discuss one of the major fault. Right, mostly technician face this kind of the fault and while they stuck. Right, so how to fix? Basically this video, as I already told you, related to the dead section class. Right, let's say any phone come to you, right, for a dead section. Right, first you connect the DC power supply. Let's say there is a no short circuit. Right, I will explain to you. Let's say when you connect with the DC power supply, just a second. So DC power supply, right, there is a no short circuit, no short. That means when you connect the DC power supply, your mobile phone motherboard, right, there is a no auto amp. It's not taking any auto ampere, so there is a no short circuit. Still there is a chance short circuit in a secondary line, right, but I will say there is a no short circuit, let's say, because we understood something else in this video. There is a no short circuit, let's say no short circuit. Now the next, when you connect with the USB ampere charger, there is a USB ampere charger, multi-charger we call, where the ampere you can see, right. When you connect the charger, it's taking 0.6 milliamp, not 6 milliamp. This will be show in a 2-digit. Actually it's a 600 milliamp. So when you connect the charger, this reading, I mean to say this reading will be in front of you, right. This is our first step. Right, now on a next step you connect with the DC. Still I'm already told you there is a no short circuit, right. When you connect with the DC power supply and turn off, I mean to say switch on the power button, press the power button, and it's consumed from 70 to 170 and stuck on it, right. So this is our second step, right, and this is our second clue. The reading stuck. Most of the time most technician faces this kind of the situation. Now the third step, when you connect after see the charging reading and after the DC reading, let's say you connect with the PC with the data cable, right, it's taking auto port, right. When you go to the setting, I mean to say in a computer manage option, there is another port. When you connect, right, without EDL or without pressing plus minus button, right, the auto port detect automatically, or you can say, right. So this is the third clue, right, a third clue. Now fourth, when you open the motherboard, you remove the shield, right, around the PMU and check the buck lines. All the buck voltage stable, right. Now this is the fourth clue. So check according to the sequence first of all, right. So the first one on a 0.6 600 milli amp USB amp charger, clear. Number 2, DC power no short, reading stuck, 70 to 170, let's say more than 200 depending on the phone to phone. Number 3, connect with the PC, it's taking auto port. Number 4, when you connect the buck lines, the buck voltages status, the buck voltage status, it's all voltage, all the voltages stable. So these are 4 clues, right? After these clues, if you had a knowledge, let's say if a technician had some knowledge or good knowledge, the doubt will be goes to the eMMC plus CPU, right? Now after I told you, let's now if someone, let's say if someone already work on this phone, right, they revolve the CPU plus eMMC, but still the same situation. Now if the still the same situation, now some other student will say, sir, check the eMMC health in a programming box, right? Maybe any programming issue, maybe any health issue, right? You are right, all these steps are necessary, right? But I say this one is also okay. Now next, what is next? How to solve? If this step is okay, this one is also okay, what is the next step? So today we discuss about this topic. If a phone come to you and if you check all these steps and you already revolve the CPU, eMMC, and check the eMMC health also, this one is also okay, this one is also okay, but still the fault remains same, how to diagnose further? That's why in a starting of the video I'm say, in some phones come to you, you will repair in 10 minutes, right? You will easily find the fault, right, in a 10 minute to 20 minutes. But in some time when a phone come to you, we go to the deeper inside, deeper in a deeper level, right? That timing, I mean to say the hours, right, your timing hours consume more. That time your knowledge will be help you, right? What kind of the knowledge you have on what kind of the experience you have, that experience will be count that time, right? So today we discuss about this kind of the situation. There are multiple reasons behind the dead phones, right? First of all, I'll tell you there are multiple reasons, not like this one is single resistance or capacitor to a big IC like your CPU, eMMC responsible, protocol lines is responsible, right? Short circuit, even software also responsible for the dead condition. So there are multiple reasons behind the dead phone. So one of the situation, right, the mostly technician faces this kind of the situation, right? We discuss in this video how to troubleshoot this kind of the phone, right? If a phone gone through this level, right, we understood in a basic level also, right? So they will be also understood the whole concept. Now for understanding the concept, first of all, let's say take let's assume there is a PC for ready to to a PC, I mean to say a cabinet, what will the requirement most? Let's say I'm talking about the main components. First of all, the motherboard. When you assemble a PC, you will need a motherboard. Now in a motherboard, there is a multiple ICs like your PMU. When you give it to the power to the motherboard, there is a IC called power manager to manage the whole voltage rails, like a big voltage rails for 3.0, 1.8, 5.0, the all voltage rails, right, handled by the PMU. Also, like there is a audio, generate the audio, right, to with the speakers, right, similar like in a mobile phone, like a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. So there are many ICs on a motherboard, right? To run this motherboard, right, we need a processor. So second, we install a processor. Processor in a mobile phone compare is like your CPU, SoC. Motherboard is similar like a phone PCB, right? In a phone PCB, there is a multiple IC like your PMU, your charging IC, your audio IC, your network section. Because the mobile phone, you can call or communicate with the others. So there is a network section, right? Just a comparison, so you can understand the concept, right? So there is a motherboard. In this motherboard, there is a whole ICs, all ICs, and the processor. Next, we install, when you assemble the PC, a RAM. Also the HDD, we call a hard disk. Now let me explain to you the RAM first. Now the RAM, random access memory. Random access memory. Right, the spelling is not good, I know, right? Basically, you have seen that you will see the memory word, right? So it's a short term temporary memory. What does that mean, right? Basically, when you open any application in PC, you can also compare with your phone, right? Because in a phone there is also a RAM. I will show you, right? When you open any application or any web page, anything, right, first it's stored in a RAM, because RAM is a memory, right, a short-term memory, right? So that's why when you open the board new, when you go to the layout from schematics for the hardware solution, switch 1 to second window, a pages 1 to 3, right, between in a seconds, right? So that will be a fast process, because of the RAM, because RAM is a short-term memory. So these applications, these web pages store in a RAM for short term, when you open it, when you use it. So that's why you will feel while you switch one page to another page, right, a fast speed, right? But when you reboot the PC, this app automatically closed. Whatever the data you have seen right now, let's say this application in front of you, if suddenly this PC reboot automatically, this data will be gone forever. I mean to say, it does not store, it's a temporary memory, right? That's why it's fast, right, and smoother also. So let's say if your clear it. If your processor does not work, your phone turn on? No. If the RAM, as I explain you what is the RAM and how the RAM works, right? If the RAM get damaged, you will see in a PC, right, sometime a blank display. Sometime PC does not boot, sometime logo restart or reboot, right? Similar like a HDD, we call a hard disk, or you can call a storage, right? Now this RAM is a short-term temporary memory, right? This hard disk is a long-term, so you can store your data, like your photos, videos. Also the operating system, I mean to say, like in a PC, according to the PC, the window install, in this PC, in this hard disk. Clear? I hope you get my point, right? So window install in this hard disk. So by chance the window corrupt, you have seen some problem, the PC does not boot properly, right? Sometimes it does not boot. If the hard disk does not connect, or any problem with the hard disk, same situations, right? So if there is a hard disk problem or RAM problem or processor problem, your phone does not boot, even a motherboard. Now this whole explanation, because you will understood the concept while I teach you further, because the laptop, or you can say PC, these are also a digital devices like a mobile phone, a similar component, the version change, right, used in a mobile phone, right? Let me show you. Now look at this motherboard in front of you, this motherboard, right? Now there is a 3 big IC. First of all, this is